is 6 p.m. and so I'm going to open the August 2nd, 2022 meeting of the Rutland Conservation Commission. Everybody who's Melissa, unless you're on that phone, then everybody is in the room, which is to say myself, Jared Gentilucci, Skip Clark, Scott Lundgren, and Joe Delaquilla, that's his name. We are, as I've said already, on Zoom. We are being broadcast live on television. It's being recorded and will be rebroadcast on Rutland cable channels and put up on YouTube. There. Let me share that. Okay, so I have to get that. So I can bring up this.
I'm like sitting here because I don't have to put my glasses.
You and your eyes. So let's find.
Are we voting already? What?
Let's find the minutes from last meeting. Yeah, let me get this
I
thing
thought they
up.
were pretty good.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Make a motion, we accept the minutes as written.
Second.
Oh, just a second. I'm letting somebody else in. Roll call.
Gentilucci, aye.
Clock eye?
Langer, aye.
Delqui.
Crane eye.
What you doing, Han?
No, just trying to fix a tractor.
Oh.
Alrighty, no.
Don't try
to.
to.
Agenda, because everything moves around, of course.
Doing it for a job.
So we have a request for a COC for Thomas McNamara, 3 Elm Circle. We actually have an official inspection report, which is kind of nice. Stable.
But Glenn Kravosky is also on the line, who filed the paperwork. Thank you.
Oh, great. Is that, okay. So what we have is the letter and we have a couple photos of the subject property. Oh no, they're almost a week old. They might be out of date. Yeah,
I mean,
there you go.
simple. Looks fantastic.
Yep. And any bets that the barriers are eroded and gone and degraded and just buried underneath all the, buried. Hidden. Yeah. All right. So since we have the person who wrote it, do we have any questions?
Nope.
All right. How old is this?
2004.
2004. Okay.
This was one of Blair's.
Right. So I'd like a motion, please.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
Roll call.
Gentilucci, aye.
Clock eye?
Langer, aye.
Delqui.
Great, all set. You, so Tamika will get that off in the next day or so.
Thank you very much. If you choose, I could pick it up, or the client could pick it up, so we'll get it recorded as soon as possible. There is a save on this. We do appreciate you taking the time to look at it, obviously, Commission, and we thank you for your time again. So if I get an email from Tamika that it's ready, we'll either get right up there to Rutland or the client will. Okay.
Glenn, actually, the commission uses electronic signatures now, so the copy that I emailed
Okay.
to you can actually be used as the original for recording at the Registry of Deeds, so we can save you the trip down.
Perfect.
Okay, so I'll get that out to you guys
Thanks,
in the next couple days.
All right, then. Thank you, and have a good evening,
Thanks, Glenn.
Commission. Thank you. Have a good day now.
You too, thanks.
You may want to keep his information on hand for those situations. We've used him as a consultant in the past.
Yeah, that name did sound
Yeah,
familiar.
I have.
I forget what site, we walked the site pretty good one.
And he's thorough.
Yeah.
Down, is that down Pleasantdale?
I can't remember. Most of the site was, a lot of it was clear, but then we went into the woods to check out
Yeah.
the flagging. There was a stone wall back there. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was super.
Or it might have been
I can't remember.
Emerald.
Yeah, actually, it might have been it. Yeah.
Alrighty, I'm going to reopen Continue the hearing for the notice of intent for Blue Sky Towers LLC, etc., 12 Phillips Road.
We got a number?
We got a number, and
Alright.
there they are. All the comments. None.
None. Perfect.
Okay.
So, do we have any questions while we're here? I see Chris is online, as well as Ben from Proterra, but do we have any questions or comments about this? Are there special conditions we should consider for this project?
I don't know, just the standard ones.
Yeah, did we talk about any last time? I don't think
Yeah,
so.
I don't
We
think so.
decided to not talk about them
Oh,
last
that's right, that's right.
Yeah, but there's really nothing tricky or goofy.
Yeah, the fact that
Yeah.
the existing path is being destroyed for replication means we don't even need to ask them to put the boulders up to block off the old path.
Right.
So I don't know, is there utility to put something up along the wetland line the way that we frequently do on residentials?
Oh,
As a keep out, to demarc the wetlands, at least the side near the house.
I would say so. I would.
Yeah, probably not a bad idea.
Doesn't hurt.
Yeah. So we'll just, whatever our standard language is for either, for signs or other,
A permanent
yeah,
marker.
permanent marker or barrier.
Couple boulders.
Yeah.
I'd rather see rocks myself.
We've had that enough that we should understand the language, that the language should be pretty easy.
You should
for
probably
that.
tell them what they want though too.
Yeah, well, to be approved by the commission.
Right. Yep.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
this is Chris Lucas with Lucas Environmental. Where are you considering having the applicant place the markers? Near the work area?
No, just up near the house.
Yeah, it's,
They're
I
gonna-
wouldn't say along this whole, but yeah, toward the up, how do I want to say this? Towards the residential side, so that people who are visiting don't just go walking all over the wetlands.
Okay, so
Or really riding bikes or motorized things.
okay. And is that something you would want to see approximately every 50 feet or so? Some kind of marker, whatever your standard marker is?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you could do that.
Yeah, that's about right.
Okay. Okay.
Again, we're not trying to make it burdensome and to scare everybody out. We're just trying to make it clear that they're about to enter wetlands.
Right. No, understood. I wanted to make sure where we were talking. There's
Yeah.
a lot of wetland.
That's fair. We're not talking about over here at all.
Okay.
Anything else? This is a public hearing. I will give the public the opportunity to ask questions or make comments. Is there anyone here who'd like to? Please raise your hand.
We'll cough into the phone.
Hearing nothing, I'll take a motion to close.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Gentilucci, aye.
Clock eye.
Langer and I.
Delquire.
Crane, aye. Do we want to wait? Do we want to just issue the orders with the two specials now, tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
might as well.
I only know one.
One.
Was there only one?
Yeah.
One, just
One.
for
Just
demarcation.
mark.
Yeah.
Just for
Oh, that's right, because the other one we didn't need.
Right.
Right. So just that one.
Okay.
So
Make a
moved.
motion to issue an order of
Got it
conditions.
first.
Skip that. Go ahead, second.
All right, second.
Roll call.
Gentilucci, aye.
Clock eye.
Langer and I.
Delquire.
Crane, aye. So we'll get those out in a couple days, and we'll get the orders out, and it's pretty fast.
Yep, I'll get those out to you soon, Chris.
All right, excellent. Thank you. Appreciate all your time and effort on this.
You are very welcome. Good luck.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Thanks, you too.
You too.
ZBA's tomorrow on this, right?
Correct.
Mhm.
Watch me not get involved. So I'm going to now continue the hearing for Lucier Builders, 142 Campbell Street. Yeah, this is the plan like we saw last time and the time before.
Mm-hmm.
And
No comments again. What's that?
I said, and no comments.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of no comments. Any other questions or comments?
Dave's engineer is on the line on his behalf if we had any questions or special conditions.
Are there questions? Are there comments? I will ask the public again. Anybody have anything for this project? Hearing none. Are there specials? Again, I'm going to ask the same question. About some, again, I hate to use the, some demarcation along the wetlands line.
But that should be boulders.
This one, yes, should only be boulders.
Yes.
Dare I say we should probably just start adding this to our standard conditions? 'Cause
That's
it seems
right.
like
I was
we're
gonna
making
wait
a
to the end
special
and just
every
add
time.
it.
It's an interesting question because some number of times, it's not, a percentage of the time, it's, the wetlands are not on the property, so they can't really mark them that way.
Right.
And that's where, and so it would only apply when the wetlands are either on the property or very closely above the property. I'm not sure that there's a lot of value to
Yeah.
that. You know, when it's 50 feet from the property line, putting boulders on the property line isn't very useful.
Right.
So that was my only thought about that.
Stop thinking.
But on this one, it's clearly on,
Right.
so boulders.
Boulders.
Well,
Rocks.
some marks, some physical
Permanent,
Yeah.
non-movable.
demarcation.
Well, not easily movable.
Yeah.
Little scary picture of your face on a little poster.
I don't want to scare the children, I keep telling you. All right, motion to close.
So we'll
Second.
Roll call.
Hawkeye.
Oh, he beat ya.
What'd you say?
He said aye.
Aye. Delacola, aye.
Langer aye.
Jim Belushi, aye.
Crane eye. Close that. I'm going to continue the
We
hearing.
didn't issue the order.
Oh, sorry, you're right. Motion to issue the order with the one special.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Delacola, aye.
Langer aye.
Hawkeye.
Jim Belushi, aye.
Crane eye. Now, thank you, Tamika. We're going to reopen the hearing for Lucier Builders at 144 Campbell Street. Refresh, that's the plan. No comments from the DEP. There's been no commenting this week, which,
It's vacation week.
Number 0600. Only 400 of those were yours, Julian. I don't think you heard me.
all right, questions or comments for the engineer? Anything?
Nope.
Questions or comments from the public? Hearing nothing. Same old for special.
Yep.
Yep.
Any reason not to close this?
Nope.
Make a motion to close.
Second.
Roll call.
Delacola, aye.
Langer aye.
Hawkeye.
Jim Belushi, aye.
Crane eye. And we need a motion to issue the order of conditions with the one special, please.
Motion.
You're starting to sound
Go
like
ahead.
Skip.
I didn't say a word. You second it?
I'll second it.
Roll call.
Langer aye.
Hawkeye.
Delacola, aye.
Jim Belushi, aye.
Crane eye.
Julian, you didn't hear me, but I said that was 0600.
0600.
That DEP number.
The DEP number.
Oh.
I said only 400 of those are yours.
Motion to issue the orders with the special.
No, just did that.
Did we just do that?
Yeah, we
Oh,
just did.
I'm slipping back in time. Then shut up.
I'm gonna keep you in line tonight.
Yeah, that's, I guess there's nothing unusual about that, huh?
Melissa's not here to hate you.
That's true. All right, let's talk about 5 Christmas tree. You know what, I'm gonna take them out of order because I see Julian's here. So I'd like a motion, please, to add item number 4, modification of the RDA for Wachusett Road to our agenda this evening.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Clock eye.
Elko, aye.
Langer and I.
Gentleman, aye.
Crane eye. Okay, so now we can deal with it.
Thank you. All I'm asking is, on the form, I know what was given is that the work that we're hoping to do, the road work and all that. But on that same form, 2A, says that you guys agreed with the boundary as shown on the plans, which we went through. I don't know if you can do it on that same determination, or does it have to be a separate determination for that? That you saw the plans and agreed to the plans, that the wetland flags are there. And then if I do anything within 100 feet of any of those, we come do a notice of that. I just want to keep my record keeping.
No, that's fine. So.
For
my
safety's
question is-
sake, I would say do a separate.
I think you might have to.
Okay,
Just
I'm
keep
sure-
everybody
So
on.
it
It's
was,
unclear to
that
me.
was requested at the beginning, but I didn't know you can't do it on one. It used to be, I think back in the day, it was, yeah, we agree
Yeah,
with the
used to do the
wetland
whole
line, but
subdivision
what you're
on one.
doing is okay, so you can go forward. So I think it's just a matter of issuing the same thing with 2A checked off.
Right, so
Yeah.
my question is, can we simply amend our determination to include that finding?
What's the requested modification specifically?
Checkbox 2A.
2A,
Say that.
That you agreed with the
Flagging
plans
yes.
that you saw.
I see. And we checked, what did we check?
You went
Well,
down
we
to
checked
the
the reason
negative,
for the
saying the
negative,
work
which is
that
exactly right.
was also proposed is okay.
Right.
So
No,
the way they have this form written, you got a positive and a negative.
That's
So
right.
does that make this
Yeah.
disappear?
It's neutrals.
But it
Yes,
should
no.
be, for you to make your negative determination, you had to agree that the wetland flags were where they were, so you can make that decision.
We had to positively identify, so we
Yes.
could negatively determine.
So,
see, the problem you run into is there may be a conflict at some point with it, with a lot that is within 100 feet.
right,
But the lots come in individually.
Well, that's what I'm saying, is you want to avoid that. You don't want DEP
That's why I want this
picking
to
you
say
up
that-
on it.
right.
That's why I think they would probably want to do 2.
So just do it, because the initial determination was requesting for you to agree with the line,
Mhm.
and then also we're hoping to put gravel in. So I think that's already been
Yep.
Right.
okayed, so if we get another one of these with that checked off, then I'm good. That's all we need.
Yeah.
If
So
that's,
so from a process point of view, can we amend? Do we reissue, or do we issue
or just issue,
a second?
just issue a
I
second.
think you'd issue a second.
Just issue a second.
Because you're agreeing, I mean, we saw the, we agree with the lines. And that gave us that
Right.
negative determination. And that's what he's looking for is,
Right, and we talked about it at a public forum, it's just a matter of following up with.
right, it's not like,
But does it make sense to issue a determination with a neither negative nor positive determination
You
on it in
can't.
terms
No, it
of?
has to be one or the other.
right,
It has to be one or the other.
So then we have to
Do a second.
reissue.
yes.
Yeah, you're positive, saying that what you're proposing is okay.
I don't think we reissue
Yeah.
it.
I'm
Well,
still
there's
second.
I'm still,
No
Second.
power.
There's no, yeah, there'll be no
No
impact.
danger.
There'll be 2. I think you're better off with 2.
I'm still confused. What's the need for the change?
Because it
I'm
locks,
sure
locks
two
the
different
lines in.
things.
It prevents, yeah, we're actually preventing extra filings in the future by saying we agree with it.
But if we issue a positive determination,
But it's for 2 separate
But
items.
No,
it's
no,
not
no,
even in the
we're not
determination
issuing,
back.
that was a joke. We're not issuing a positive
It's-
well,
determination.
2A is a positive determination.
Is it?
Yes. Which
Okay,
then would
yes.
mean that an NOI has to be filed
Well-
for work,
For individual lots, though.
for what's being
For
submitted
the work as proposed.
as proposed.
So, this is what I'm hoping to get, but I was hoping to get first, a positive saying that, yeah, you have wetlands on the property. You showed us, they're on a plan. Now what do you wanna do? well, I wanna do the gravel road. Oh, well, that's not so bad, that's not detrimental to the wetlands, so a negative is okay.
Well, you're
So we do
doing,
need
you're doing
to-
repair and maintenance on it anyway.
Repair and maintenance.
Yeah.
So we do need to, a positive saying that there, we agree that the town agrees that there is wetlands on this property,
Yeah, this-
as depicted on this plan.
So I'm with Jared on this. You don't want to do a positive
No.
on this part, because
No.
if you do any positive, you have to file an NOI.
Right.
Okay?
So you don't want us to check off 2A.
Okay, so now I'm asking you, after you already let me fix the road maintenance, now I'm asking the rest of it, can
So.
we have an agreement of the wetlands?
So the fast answer is yes, we agree with the wetlands. We know we agree with the wetlands. So in terms of documenting that, it's the pain in the ass ANRAD.
Well, it doesn't have to.
No,
be.
it doesn't have
It doesn't have
to be,
to
it can be
be.
a determination.
Just a determination on
It could be
it.
this exact what I requested, it's just I should have had it.
You did it
More
back,
defined
you did,
twice.
you did it back.
First, let's do this, all right, you're gonna give me a negative on the maintenance part, but if you do anything else on that property, you need, if you're within 100 feet of what you depicted, you need to file a notice. I totally understand that.
Let me look at that again, please, because I think this is for the project, and that means,
Can there be additional comments?
Julian, is this related to the gravel road, or is this related to,
To the land itself,
this is related to
to
development?
the wetlands that are
lots?
on the lots.
Okay,
So, yeah, if I have lots that aren't even close to those wetlands,
yep,
if we get to that point, when you go to get your building permit, you can go back and go, yeah, there's no wetlands on that section. They're over here.
Right.
So we don't have to file.
yep,
But then down in that middle section, there is some wetlands, so we do have to file.
right.
And the way time's going, we'll probably be here in December and January, and February, when there's snow on the ground, and it's like, well, we can't get out there until, to look at this. I just wanna make it so we're all on the same page. Wow.
So, too bad Melissa's in here, she'd probably have an opinion on this. For the gravel road portion, I would think what we issued,
Is done.
negative determination,
Mhm.
and I think we marked 3.
Yep.
We're done.
That's it.
That's it. That's
that
done.
piece of it.
So I'm asking also, because of all the documents that were put in the discussion, at this point, can I get a positive determination? for the
Agree,
Parcels,
to agree with the lines.
for the parcels of the, for the agreement as
oh,
it's written.
oh,
in the-
oh, hold on. There are lots of words here that I've been skipping over. See, had we checked positive 3, then it says an NOI is required.
Positive 2A is not.
But 2A,
Did you agree with the plans as shown?
right, so no, we're,
So any positive determination requires another filing.
no, not, well, no work within the jurisdiction of the Wetlands Protection Act may proceed until a final order of conditions issued under either an NOI or an ANRAD, or abbreviated notice, or order of resource area delineation issued following submittal of an ANRAD has been received from the issuing authority. If we do a positive,
Yeah.
you have to do more paperwork.
Right.
If we check
I
out
agree.
anything.
But on every,
fully
but
agree
on
with
every
that.
individual lot.
No, in order to do the road work.
Right,
Really?
yes.
That's what this
So if I
paragraph
filed
tells
right
me.
now, I already got this to do the road work, and I'm filing a new determination of applicability for parcels 1 and 2,
Yeah,
totally separate of that road work.
yeah,
So that's what I need to do.
Yeah.
So that you guys can define, so just follow up with the same paperwork.
I believe so.
Even though we talked about it, you
Yes,
can't fall back under that.
right, because
We
this,
have to put blinders on and say we didn't talk about that.
That's right.
well, it's not to say we didn't
Oh, no.
talk about it, it's that we can't apply our knowledge to a positive determination unless you're willing to do more paperwork for the road work.
Well, I run into this before, and I've been given a positive, but because of the nature of the proposed work is not detrimental, the board allows it to
Right.
go. That's kind of what we're doing.
I mean, I
So-
am no expert on the laws and the regulations. What I do know is what this says in plain English.
So then, so that, I have that plan that you have in your
Yep.
records.
Yep,
So if I come here in January, I want that to be a little bit more solidified, that, yes, we walked it, we agreed it,
Well, why can't you just resubmit now?
so I resubmit it.
We already gave him permission to a road. Why can't you just resubmit
You can
now?
have two.
Right, that's
So
what
why
I'm
can't you
that's
just
what I'm
resubmit
asking
now?
for.
Right,
That-
I think that's a smart.
The second one
different
doesn't
determination
counteract this
for-
one.
The delineation
It
itself.
depends on what the project is.
Right, well, so here's the thing, with the gravel road, we reviewed it, issued a negative,
Mhm.
that's good.
That's done.
That's all set, and I don't think we modified that at all. Are you, what you're trying to do now, Julian, are you trying to simply,
Solidify the wetland lines on the rest of what we walked,
so if
so
you,
when
He's
we come in
basically looking
with
for a shortened
individual
NRAD
lots.
so
process. That's what he's
that's
looking
what I was
for.
gonna say, is to do that,
Just
you'd have to
what
do
he's
an
looking-
ANRAD.
Right,
Or,
Why do I need to do an MRAD? Why can't I do a determination?
I don't
Because
think
we
a
can accept the
determination,
lines on that.
I don't think a
Absolutely, I
determination
can,
can
'cause I-
lock in wetlands.
Yes.
That's what an ANRAD is.
No.
Well, this one is.
Actually, right there, it says
A
you can.
determination does lock it for 3 years, that's what it says
Yes, it
on the
does.
paperwork later on.
Yeah.
So
Yes,
it
it does.
does stuff, but again, that, the opening paragraph says you need to do either an NRAD or an NOI to do work before you start working it, when you get a positive determination.
Okay. So I can file, just semantically,
Yeah.
the same exact paperwork,
Yes.
and next meeting we'll have the same discussion as, with the same plans and everything.
And we'll agree on what we saw for
We
what.
have it
Are
right
you
here.
sure?
yeah, but you got it right here, you
RDA,
already checked off on number 3.
years.
Right.
It's what it
It's
says.
work
on the paper.
described.
Again, plain English on the.
Because now when I get into,
But the thing is,
The lots.
is you're giving them a negative determination,
Right,
okay? The work described in the request, right, is within the buffer zone as defined in the regulations, but will not alter an area subject to protection under the Act,
exactly.
right.
which is exactly what he needs.
Do the road.
No, no, the road's done. It's the same,
Okay.
the same for the road.
See, this is what I asked.
No, no, that is the road.
That's the road.
This NRAD, sorry, this RDA is for the road work.
No, actually, it was for whether the boundaries of the resource areas depicted on the plans referenced below are accurately delineated. That's what I asked for on this
Initially?
initially. And then, why are you doing this? Well, because we want to do the maintenance of the road. So the actual initial was for the first part. Now, the second part is to do a road, the maintenance of the road. So I kind of maybe missed it by, this is what the hearing was for.
Right,
So,
this is,
if anything, that one should be fixed to that we agree with the line, and now,
no, this is the road.
and that is the road, because it's within 100 feet of a buffer, but it's not detrimental to the wetland.
That's why you got a -3.
That's why we got a negative.
But that's why it's 3s and 3,
Yeah.
okay? So now what you're looking for is for us to agree to the wetland demarcation,
Yes,
okay? Because this does not say that.
exactly.
Follow what I'm saying? This is not spelling out.
So I
Yeah,
want
I
to make sure
I
that anyone
understand
comes
that.
out of the woodwork,
All
well,
right.
how did they make a determination? Where do they go off of? Well, there's a plan on file that shows
The plan,
everything.
we walked it and everything else.
Right, so I like that, and that's what was actually initially requested.
So you're not looking for a change on this?
No.
No, leave that one
We need a
No,
secondary
but you need-
something.
You need a second one
for
for the wetland,
the delineation.
right? Because this is, the
Right.
road is the road,
The road's done.
Yes.
okay? And the parcels of land are separate,
Exactly.
all right? And to keep it clean, you
Second
gotta
one
keep
would
them
be-
separate all the way through.
Which would be exactly that, but instead of that one checked off, the number 2A gets checked off.
Correct.
That's what we're looking for.
All right, so you got one? Did you already,
Well, if it's another RDA, then we have to hold another
Well,
hearing.
the one that one did for the road wasn't actually the one that
You requested.
was requested. So we put the cart before the horse.
okay, so you need
So-
to catch the other one up.
So I need to ask for this one again, which I have. I can resubmit this thing right now. And I'll just send, you already have it, so I can send you this
Yes, technically.
hard copy right now.
So technically, we did it backwards.
And then email you the next meeting.
Did we have both of these, Julian?
No, we only had the delineation first, but then it kind of got, why are you doing this?
Everything got merged.
They
Okay,
got
Okay.
merged, because
So resubmit
what we're
it.
doing right now is we want to get the
Yeah.
road together.
Yeah, resubmitted.
yeah, well, the road is this, and that's all, that's
Right.
good.
Right.
So then I'll just
So you just want-
submit it.
Resubmit it, get back.
But is the determination the right way to do that?
You can do the determination.
Yes.
Okay, but,
The
I'll tell
determination,
you why.
okay,
He doesn't want to spend a $2,000 NRAD fee.
I agree,
To get
nobody
the
wants
same
to
thing.
do that.
Because we gotta file notice of intents for every
Every individual lot.
So Jill, when you come back later this year, will those be for NOI submissions?
Well, if we're within 100 feet of
Yeah.
what's on that plan, there'll be NOIs.
So why can't the decision we issued for the RDA stand as is, and you just come back later this year with the NOI submission?
because that's.
Because it doesn't say you agreed with the line, and I don't want somebody in the
It's a
audience
negative
coming up and going,
determination.
how can you guys make a decision
Yeah.
without going out there
All-
and saying that the
all
lines
that's-
are
all
what you
that's
said
things
you are?
agreed.
Because we did go out and walk.
Yeah, exactly.
I
And
do
we-
understand that,
as-
but there's
as
nothing
a-
in writing that says that.
We can say that, because we
And I'm
did.
good with that.
For the RDA, as there's like a comment or like supplemental information section, can that just be added that, on this date, the commission conducted the site walk, they.
Agreed.
That would be
This,
fine.
they
That would be
did
perfect.
that.
We agree with the delineated
Essentially
wetlands.
what I
On this
put
plan.
On-
That makes it,
Well, you put the comment,
Yeah.
that locks it in.
that gives
Comments
me
good.
credibility
Comments
to
good.
my client on all the work I did here.
Oh,
They
he
acknowledge.
hasn't paid you yet.
Just walked it.
They acknowledge, because this piece of paper don't mean
Wait,
nothing.
I'll bet she knows.
Yeah.
I documented it in minutes, so
Yeah.
I can essentially just take what I put in the minutes.
I mean, if we walked it
and
like
put on the
3 years
RDA.
ago, I'd say, okay, then we would need to walk it again.
Right.
But if we
I
just
totally agree
walked
with
it-
that.
So
Yeah.
note it. So note it that we
Yeah, I think-
agree with the
I think
That's
wetland
what we agreed
delineation.
on in this plan,
Yeah.
and it's in that, and that's,
That we agree with the wetland
so
delineation.
that
Yeah.
January of this
But it
year, when I come in with a
changes-
plan, and
Yeah,
it's,
that's
It
right.
so people
changes
who don't want
what,
something,
No, it
oh,
doesn't.
you
We
can't
agree
do a
with the line,
sidewalk
that's
now.
all.
We
no,
don't have to,
it
'cause we already
changes
did.
what is checked off on that
It
sheet.
does not.
I can do that.
Bring that sheet over here.
We're not changing anything. We're
No,
agreeing
no,
with
no,
the
we're
wetland.
still agreeing that the work does not
Right.
impact the wetlands, so it's still a -3.
Right.
And if we add a note to
Note.
take the place of checking positive 2A,
Right.
It's covered.
Right.
But
then
the-
we've
the
They're
done,
thing
already
that-
happy.
we've covered it, we haven't made a positive determination, we say we agree with it.
Right.
Without saying, you have to file more paperwork to get it done.
Right.
I'm just looking at what would happen down the road when he files an NOI
Yeah.
and it goes into DEP,
Yeah,
and DEP starts looking at stuff.
It's fine, because it's a note.
because actually, the other thing I don't need to do with the DEP is all these wetland data
Account,
form sheets. I'm not necessarily, I don't have to put this much more paper into each one, because that's already been defined.
Right.
So I can put the
Well,
determination
I'm
in.
not arguing what you wanna do, it's just, it's a
Yeah.
matter of how.
I like
we
that
do
you're
it.
doing it.
Exactly.
I was actually gonna recommend the wetland forms, the DEP forms.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, if you did include those with your NOI submissions, I think that covers it.
Okay.
Because the NOI, you can do an ANRAD to solidify for 3 years a
Yeah.
wetland
That's all I'm
delineation.
looking for.
Or you can just go to the NOI and that solidifies the delineation and the work that's being
But
proposed.
that's in individual lots, where this kinda gives me,
This
as
gives
we
you
all
the whole
know, there's
thing.
multiple lots here.
Yeah,
We're only
I,
gonna pick a few at a time, and I don't want the ones that have nothing to do with wetlands.
Right.
Get hung up because, oh, are there wetlands out there?
Yeah.
Oh, no, we already walked it. And
I've never heard of an RDA used to,
So that's all I have to
Officially
use, all I
defined
ever
wetlands?
used until the NRAD, and that used to be a good tool,
Hmm.
but for this one, a $2,000 fee for
I know, it is
a
expensive.
little strip of land.
But there's no harm in noting, just noting it that we agree with the wetlands is delineated in a note on this one.
Yeah.
There's no harm to follow on that.
Yeah.
Because it gives you a reference back to
True.
what was already seen.
Mhm.
And it's just a note.
I just do like the words on that 2A, that we went through the process of walking the site, flagging it, agreeing
It's,
it.
it's in our
And
minutes.
it's
It's in our minutes.
Right,
It's good for
we
3
don't have a
years, so
piece of
that's all I
paper
can ask
saying
for.
2A.
2A,
That's right, we don't have, this does not say 2A.
exactly.
Right.
And that's
That's
pretty
where
much
the-
what we did.
That's when the problem would be.
Right,
Yes.
and that's where DEP may have some heartache over.
And I don't want to deal with that. I want no comments instead of, well,
Yeah,
you know, you gotta do this, and you
I
need
would,
these.
I would just include the DEP wetland forms with your NOI submission. And then
Yeah.
that becomes part of that, when we issue an order of conditions.
But my question
part of
on
the
this
record.
is, say lot, one of them up at the corner in the cornfield. I know there's no wetlands there, you know there's no wetlands there. If we go to get a building permit, you have to check off,
He still has to check, right?
Yeah.
he's gotta check it,
Mhm.
and if you're not here, the next guy may go, I don't know. I'm not saying that you're not gonna be here.
No. That's,
I may not be here.
there's a lot,
So the
there's a
next
lot
guy
of
may
time
not
between now and
have,
then.
that
Lots of
two-way
things can
is,
happen.
is a, it just levels out what we've done for 3 years.
Yes.
And that's all I'm asking. So however we need to do that, that would be, that's what
Yeah,
I'm
the
looking at.
truth is whoever does Concom sign off for the building permit has to be aware of what we've done and the history of
Mhm.
what we've
Yeah.
done.
Right.
And even if it were someone who was not on the commission, or hell, let's make it easier, this is Melissa who's not here tonight.
Yeah.
I would still expect her to ask somebody,
But if
our
I have
records
this piece of
keeper.
paper, there's not even a question.
Okay,
It's done.
the other question then becomes, in your opinion, the road is or is not a public way?
It is a public way 100%.
Then his determination, this, all right, can only cover that. It's separate and apart from the other parcels of land.
I refuse to get involved in that discussion.
Right,
I am not getting involved in it.
That's-
And so I will do everything I need to do to avoid being involved in it. It
Right.
will not be part of my decision-making process.
Perfect. Because
right.
the
But
other,
what, if at some point it is proven that it is a public road, all his paperwork's useless.
well, there's no question it's a public road, so it's
Well,
useless. Right now, I'm just saying that, that's.
There is a
useless right now.
question.
Why is it
No.
useless?
The initial
Let's-
determination
Right.
was asked for Block C parcels 1 and Block D parcel 1. So those are the two pieces of land on both sides
Right.
that I'm asking to define that are we in agreements of those wetlands.
Right.
That's what the initial and the whole thing was about. So that would be check off 2A. And if we want to deal with the road and we need to
Well, what
file
are you gonna
notice of
do
intent to
first?
do the road work, well, if they allow us to do it, I still gotta get the selectmen to
Guys,
allow us.
let's cut this down.
Then let's.
What do we
throw
need
that
to do?
away.
We need to put a note on.
Yeah, put a note on it.
Do we need to vote on that?
Yes.
Yes.
Then I'll make a motion.
I make a motion, we put a note that we agree with the wetlands as delineated
And show on this
and,
plan,
and walked on that plan,
on this plan. And that's good
Such
enough.
and such a date.
on such and such a date, as seen in whatever.
But I do think that
Yes.
the 2A would be,
Yes. Well,
Two-way
I
would
heard
be
a
the right
second.
way.
would be the right, of the better way of doing it. That way there's no question if any of us.
There's still no
aren't here.
question.
Roll call. Go first.
Langer and I.
Delacour will abstain.
James Lucci, aye.
Crane, aye. Well, that took quite a bit longer than I thought it was going
I
to.
did too, I thought so too. So I guess it does work.
I understand where you're going and what,
I don't know if I'll be here, and I don't know if the next guy after me is gonna be able to, in 3 years from now, we'll be able to. So what was all this?
All right, we're moving on.
All
We've got a
right.
big agenda.
Okay,
Well,
well, thank you.
Yeah.
keep smiling.
All right.
So I am gonna now go back to 5 Christmas Tree Lane, which is the first thing on the agenda.
Are you gonna get the other one on Lucy's or not?
What's that?
Yeah,
We
three
did.
Lucy's, you only did two.
No, there were only two.
Lucy's.
2 Luciers and the,
Yeah.
and the cell tower.
All right. Gotta get some new glasses, I guess.
So,
So
5
back to
Christmas
number
Tree
one
Lane.
now?
Scott, what's happening? Oh, 5 Christmas Tree, that's right.
I uploaded some photos. to
Yes.
the drive.
Why, look, there's one. Why don't you tell everybody online what's happening here on this one?
So I was called because he was, Eric was, the contractor was getting ready to start, and he wanted me to verify where to put sedimentation controls. So I went up, and when I went up the day before he put them in, there was a whole bunch of stuff that was done before anything was done. He didn't do it, somebody else did, I don't know who did. Went back next day, sedimentation controls are in, nothing has spilled over, there is no issues at this point. It definitely, I know we talked about this before, because there's a town road piece, there's this piece, there's a lot going on there. I guess because we looked a little bit, that part of this looks like it's in Zone A.
Yeah,
A lot of this property looks like it's in Zone A, so it's not an us, but it's definitely a,
So, this is the GIS map. This is the property. here's the property line, this is that little section of town property that the town has decided not to sell. Clearly marked DEP wetland, and when you go over to Mass Mapper and map Zone A, same property line, lots in Zone A.
Right.
Or so says the map,
Or so says.
so says DCR. They have roughly the same wetland demarcation, which I found
Mm-hmm.
good to see, but this one clearly shows the stream.
Right. So again, it's.
But that's not jurisdictional to Concom.
Nope. Because I know we discussed it before, just in conversation with them and this and that. And it was like, okay, what is it? Some stuff was done, but nothing got, I don't know, spoiled that bothers us.
Right.
But did we even see that stream when we went over there?
We never went.
We
down.
never went all the
You
way
and
down.
I didn't go down.
You didn't have to go all the way down. It comes from this.
No.
No, it's fine.
We were mostly up here on his property when
Right.
you and I visited Joe, and I think the hill ends here-ish.
Right.
Yeah.
So again, it was just kind of one of those. It was to, hey, does this look right? Yep, okay. And other stuff was done. It's like, ugh. But
Right.
nothing is.
So this wetland
Mhm.
is more than 125 feet from this property line,
Right.
which means it's more than 125 feet from this property line,
Right.
which means that it's not jurisdictional to
To
Concom.
us. Right. So, and
We
sedimentation
already
control.
issued an RDA
Way back when?
back in December.
Only December. Wow.
Yeah.
Feels longer ago, but okay.
Right. So again, it was one of those. So, but just because it popped up because of everything's getting installed, you're going, whoa, what happened?
Another non-jurisdictional question, non-jurisdictional to Concom, is some of that stuff that's been dumped over the edge, is some of this on town property? And the answer is, I don't know.
Right.
But again, it's not jurisdictional to Concom.
No. I mean, the sedimentation control's in.
Then
perfectly
We
fine.
have a problem, yep.
It's fine. It's fine. It's just now a matter of okay. We don't really have anything over it.
Yeah.
At this point, so okay. But
But should we advise him to double check it with DCR?
It wouldn't hurt.
So there's Zone A shown on Mass Mapper.
Yep.
I just pulled up the Watershed Protection Act map through
Yeah.
DCR, and it does not show up on theirs.
Yeah, I figured that, because that's what this is.
Can you put that same one up, Peter?
Which one? This one?
What Jared's looking at?
Well, this is Mass Mapper, so how do you put up the DEP? I mean, yeah, the DEP stuff.
If you go to I just Googled it, Watershed Protection Act viewer, DCR has their own map.
Oh, of course they do.
Yeah. And as I learned recently, if you want to look up primary and secondary protection zones, that's what you should be looking at, not Zone A, B, and C, because they are different.
That's the act? Or is that, okay, good.
Yeah, this is it.
Oh, good lord.
I
Okay.
gotta check the box.
Oh. Paxton, we're over here.
You can type in the address in the box if it's easier.
Oh, find address.
We've found a lot of maps with conflicting information lately, it seems.
Well, this is another case where watershed protection and Zone A
Two
don't,
different things.
are two different things, yes.
So how do I turn on the layers on this one?
They're already on. If you zoom out, you'll see some primary, secondary zones to the south. See that?
Oh, I see.
Yeah. You can pull up the legend. It's just to the right of where your cursor is.
Yeah.
That first square icon right there. Yep.
Hmm.
So I believe the orange is primary, yellow is secondary. If you scroll all the way down to
Yeah.
the legend, it'll show it. Yeah, down there. But there is Zone A.
Right,
But
so
zone-
it's Zone A, but it's not primary protection.
Zone A is surface water supply protection area.
Yeah.
And that's under Mass DEP, not DCR.
Mm.
It's very confusing because it's two different regulations. The
Mhm.
watershed protection regulations, DCR has jurisdiction. Surface water supply regulations, completely different CMR number, DEP has jurisdiction.
Right.
So that being said, I don't personally know what you would need to do through DEP for that. I've never dealt with that myself. But I don't think DCR would have any issues with what they're doing. It wouldn't hurt to check with them though.
DCR may tell them to go to DEP.
They
If
might.
DEP received a copy of the RDA when I submitted it, wouldn't they have already reviewed that and then reached out if they?
Would they have reviewed? I don't know.
I don't
I'm
know.
not saying that they would or wouldn't, I
I
don't.
don't know, but it feels
Possibly.
like we did.
Because they
our
have nothing to
due
do.
diligence and
Right.
submitted what we
I
needed
suspect
to.
they would only get, that DEP would only get involved if somebody
Okay.
filed a,
It's probably it's a different division in DEP as well, so I don't know if they would let each other know. Because our RDA would go through their wetlands division, and this is probably, I don't know what division it is, but probably some other department.
Yeah,
of DEP,
guaranteed.
right?
And they're
Right.
very stovepiped.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Just one of those that came up, and I was
Yeah,
like,
it
okay,
came up.
I know we played with it and looked at it, and I'm like, okay, there's something about this.
so,
So
in
it's
any event, we
it's
still
outside
don't
of-
see anything jurisdictional.
No.
The erosion controls are up.
Right.
Concom's happy.
Right.
There may be another jurisdiction involved as well.
Right. But it's very unclear.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's not drinking water.
No.
That we can be sure of, because that'd be in either a primary or secondary
Right.
protection area.
Well, those are watershed protection
Yeah,
zones.
true.
Right.
Zone A is drinking water. It's from the drinking water
Oh, okay.
regulation, so that's
Right.
yeah. It's yeah.
Thanks for confusing all this,
Yeah,
Jared.
I'm still trying to keep it straight.
Right. Okay.
Moving on. Let's get rid of the photos. Go back to this. 73 Woodside Ave. So Scott, you went out there?
Joe
To
and
that
I-
area.
Joe and I went out because again, I don't know, what, a month ago, 6 weeks ago, neighbor said something. We see nothing. It looks perfectly fine. There's nothing there.
Oh, we were out more recently than that.
No, Michelle had said something.
Well, there was
In a
that, and then there
meeting.
was the more recent.
Right, and whatever, and when it was one of those, so we did the boat ramp, we went out and looked, and there's nothing.
Still nothing.
There's nothing.
Nothing to see.
A bunch of us went out a while back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Talked to the homeowners. Okay,
the fences in and all the other stuff.
Yep.
I mean, again, nothing looks new.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the only thing on any of that stuff is they have to know that anything, even though it's inside the fence, they can't just do it because you're inside the 100. Just because the fence is up doesn't mean you do what you want.
Yeah, but there was nothing to stop.
Nothing. I mean, there's grass everywhere. So,
Okay.
but it was one of those, just like the Woodside. Somebody complained. We went and looked at it. Just kind of forgot about it.
Yep.
So
Was the complaint about the fence, maybe?
no, because the fence was in there.
Okay,
The fence was there beforehand.
okay.
Fence doesn't know. So, but that's
Nothing to see here, folks.
That's what that was.
Yeah, okay, great.
Just a typical investigation.
So, you know, that was as fast as it
Want to
should.
let you guys know, I am the homeowner.
Okay.
I spoke with you guys
We,
before.
yeah, I remember we spoke a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I haven't done any.
Yeah, just so you know, though, anything inside that fence,
Oh,
you
yeah.
still have to come to us.
Yep.
Okay, that's it. I mean, it's one of those. It's just like the one we just did before it.
Yeah.
Somebody said something, so you go look. We had kind of forgotten about it.
Yeah, now, had they seen something, then it would have been a more, there would have been the letter saying, please come, let's discuss and all of that.
Right.
But more rumor and innuendo and no fact. That's what I'm going to say about
That's all
this.
that is.
I was gonna say, unfortunately, when we get a complaint, even if it's unfounded, we have to take a look.
We have to prove that it's
Yeah,
unfounded to
yeah.
And this
ourselves.
is not the first time we've gotten a complaint, we looked and we said, we don't see any issue.
Yeah.
And that's it, and
Right.
we don't have to take it any further.
That's it.
No issue.
Sounds good.
We're good.
Yeah.
Moving on. So there are a couple of building permit applications that I thought we should talk a little bit about, because I expect to see, well, one of them, it turns out, we're not going to have any action on. The other one, I think we will. So let's do the easy one first, which is 24 Arline Drive. So I looked at this map and said, look, there's a buffer running through the house. somebody needs to file an NOI on this. But had I shifted over a little more, I might have figured out that's 100 foot from the well.
Got it.
There are no
Why-
wetlands nearby
Why would they mark 100-foot buffer for the well? Because it's.
for because that's
For
what,
septic, right?
yeah, well, it's not just septic, it's also just what the Board of Health wants to see.
Yeah, but it's 105 feet,
It's 110.
110.
So, I don't know.
It's,
All I know
it's
is
growing. Skip, what's your choice?
No,
What number
nothing
you
on
want?
GIS, no
125.
wetlands
no,
nearby.
no wetlands, not within 100, not
Okay.
even close within 100, so,
This is what you get for thinking.
that's right.
Well,
And
better
actually
safe than
reading,
sorry.
looking at the plan and seeing what information they give
I
me.
think you should have brought s'mores.
Better safe than sorry.
Yeah. So I had originally put in the comment, then Julian called, we talked, he explained it. I did not look on the map, on the GIS maps, because I said, why would I look? It says right here, there's 100 foot.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
pretty-
this is that
it's-
big lot down the end that he sold. Yeah,
It's right up on the
that's a
circle.
ways.
It
Yeah.
looks like the house is fairly close to the cul-de-sac.
It is.
It is.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
wetlands
the
are
the
hundreds
cul-de-sac's
of
out,
feet.
cul-de-sac's out
Hundreds.
down here.
And it all drops
Yeah,
off.
I
and-
just
oh, yeah.
pulled it up. I mean, the
Yep.
house is
Yeah.
like here, wetlands are way.
Oh,
way
yeah,
out.
way over. So,
They're-
as I say, that was more, I asked Tamika to put it on because that was before I had my conversation and said, there are no wetlands here.
Mhm. Fair enough.
So the other one is 7 Christmas Tree Lane.
No, Central Trees.
Central
Tree.
Tree, not Christmas tree. Sheesh. So let's start with the plan. Big addition next to the house. This is,
Damn.
I'm not gonna, this is effectively a very large in-law apartment. For those who know Jackie O'Brien,
Yep.
this is her property that she's been through hell and back in order to get it past the ZBA and get it so that she could actually have any sort of building here.
She sold it to her daughter, that house.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, Jackie, it was listed as.
Yeah,
as-
she sold it to the daughter, daughter's building
What's the
the in-law apartment.
7 Central Tree Road.
We allow in more apartments, really?
So,
No, we don't.
these are, this
yet.
is the GIS map for this address,
Ooh.
and it's going here, so I just ran a quick,
I've been out on that property.
Mm.
Jackie had me come out and take a look.
so again, with no better information, I just sort of picked a spot over here and said, the addition's gonna be about here,
Mm-hmm.
we're well within 100.
Mm-hmm.
At least it sure looks that way to me.
Yep.
Now, this is
The lot is not that deep,
Yes.
it's a small lot.
But it's as big as the house.
So I was gonna say, this would not fall under the exemption, because it is beyond 50, but this would not fall under the
This
exemption.
is not an accessory. I can't on good conscience call,
No.
Well, that's not our call, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Who would call that, though? Because it could influence how we look
Well,
at it.
how a building inspector defines it is
Is-
different than how the Wetlands Protection
Right.
Act defines it. So I think we can make that call, and I agree.
right, so we do it a lot. We
If it
do
was-
accessory structures
yeah,
for sheds,
sheds.
for additions,
Decks.
for small,
Yeah,
like the last
okay.
addition that we did for George
George.
Lewis here.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's within 100, but we could do an RDA, and I'm not saying RDA is the wrong call. In fact, the reason I brought it up is that we could discuss what the right filing is.
So it's
And are you-
87
This for you?
Yes.
Aha!
It's 87 feet?
Well, I don't.
That says 87.1 to the back.
That's what I was getting, roughly 80 something.
Well, that's what it just said. I was just looking at the other plan. It has a
Yeah,
measurement on
it
it.
all,
Yeah, see, it says 87.1 to the back of the,
to the property
to the
line.
property.
to the property
yeah.
line. Oh, okay.
And,
And you gotta take it
Yeah.
a little bit.
yeah, I mean, so, look, this is not a precise measurement
Right.
tool.
And what are you at?
What does that say? 69?
69.
How flat is it?
It's fairly flat.
How flat is it?
Up in that section, it's flat. It kind of,
Does it
on the
slope?
left-hand side of the house, it kind of goes, her driveway is a driveway,
Okay.
garage. So you, from up on that, from the house section to the right is all flat.
Okay.
And I was gonna just add the contour, which is a pretty crappy contour because it's 10 feet, but, let me take off the map because it's also hard to see. So the answer is,
Pretty flat.
it's pretty flat.
Yeah.
And I'd have to look closely and actually get up close to the map to see which direction everything's flowing, but I don't know that it matters that much.
Well, you could do it as an accessory because there's not,
Yeah, it's attached.
it's attached.
It's attached, I do.
I look at it in terms of the amount of earth moved. And this is, as I said,
What-
it is literally, the foundation's as big as,
30 by 30.
virtually as big as the
30 by
house.
30?
But it's only a 4-foot frost wall. It's not a 8-foot.
It's not a full
It's
basement?
not a full basement.
That's better.
Yeah.
So it's basically pretty close to a slab on
Put
grade.
it this way, if that was a garage,
We wouldn't even think twice
Yeah.
about it.
because
Fair enough.
you're basically building a garage foundation, basically,
So,
which is better than 8 foot.
so accessory structures, at least in WPA, it lists decks, sheds, patios, pools, replacement of a basement bulkhead, installation of a ramp for compliance with accessibility requirements, provided that it's more than 50 feet, it becomes exempt. It does not say garages or building additions.
That's fine.
My personal opinion on this, I mean, I think an RDA would be fine.
This is why I brought it up, even though, because that way we can know the right thing to do.
I don't think it needs an NOI, but I don't think it falls under the exemption. I don't think it
Which is
quite,
fair.
quite does.
That's fair, but
Okay.
I go with the idea.
All right, so we think an RDA is the right filing to bring to us.
Scott, is your email address in the viewpoint?
It is.
Okay, I'll email you the application that you need to fill out, and then you can send it back to me, and we'll do it at the next meeting on the 16th.
Joe, is it flat enough back there?
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Just some
Yeah,
strong
if you can get it
walls
to you
for
by
erosion control would be
Thursday?
fine.
Yes,
There's
but yeah,
nothing-
Yeah, it's
that's
pretty
fine.
flat.
Yeah.
I'm still
I mean,
gonna
if they're
post it
doing
anyways.
Oh,
We're
okay.
gonna
Just
get it to you.
square
Yeah, yeah,
footings,
fine.
4 feet down, slab on
Right.
grade, it's,
There's not much dirt movement,
no,
really.
not really, not really. Okay.
There's no dangers, nothing.
So this, by the way, is the way I check off on the building permits.
Yep, that's fine.
If I have a question, we all talk about it.
Fair enough.
Yep.
Done.
Okay. All set.
So
Thank you.
you gotta let him know what he's gotta do.
He's already been told, they've already chatted.
And then
Okay.
I'll let them know.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We've already done 4. Review a special okay, I'm gonna bypass 5 and 6 again tonight. Are our standard special conditions up on the shared drive, up in the Google Drive?
No, but I can put them
I
there.
think that's a great place, because that way we can all review them, and we come with changes next week.
2 weeks. I'll come next
Next
week. I'll come next
meeting.
week. I'll come next week.
Okay, that's great. We'll meet in this room, we'll interrupt the planning board.
I will not be here in 2 weeks.
Oh!
I know. We're away.
You're vacationing?
Lucky us.
Good for you.
You pipe
you?
down.
Are you vacationing? Or you haven't stopped?
No, it's like every other week he's gone.
You cannot catch up to Scott.
No.
No.
No, I have to work, Skip.
Yeah.
We have to work, right? We don't get to be retired. Not until I'm like 80. If I make it
In the
that
80s,
far.
you're not retired.
You know, Skip's only
So-
65.
I wish I was.
Hey, I made it to 49 before I retired.
It's pretty good.
Okay, so everybody review. Jared, please send notes to Tamika for us, for any changes that we think are appropriate.
Yep.
Yes.
And
All,
that's-
all permanent markers have to have Peter's face on them.
I think everybody should have a sign that says Peter Crane Conservation Commission in front of them every week.
That's right.
With
Don't
your
forget to
cell phone
add the
number on it.
royalty. Don't forget to add the royalty fee for use of his visage.
Right.
There you go, with his phone number on it.
Alrighty, let's also add back Google Drive. It's been a while. I will go and visit Mike to see if he's figured out the issues that we can use OneDrive, whatever the hell,
Is it OneDrive?
OneDrive, SharePoint, something, I don't care,
Something.
whatever it is,
Yeah.
probably OneDrive.
He's on vacation this week, just FYI.
Ah, thank you, then I'm very glad I didn't stop in like I nearly did. There. Is there any other business before the commission before we go to executive session?
Did you get that picture of the, did you ship that picture to him? For solar?
Oh, no, I didn't. You didn't ship it to me, or did you?
That's my
I see lots of finger pointing and nobody's pointing at me. That's great.
Wait a minute, let me double check.
Anyways, what are we talking about so we can know before you know?
That solar field up on Princeton Street,
What about it?
big sign. The question was asked, does anybody know anything about it?
Oh, you brought this one up before.
Yeah.
There was a developer sign.
Oh, that's right. We did talk about that
Yeah,
last time and the time
I'm
before.
lost.
Because there was the do not enter under penalty of death kind of,
yeah, I don't have it.
along with the solar field thing went
You
that.
should have it.
Everybody say it together. I hate computers.
Interesting.
Huh?
Solar construction deliveries with an arrow.
Yeah,
Yeah, into that big field. Show Peter. I kicked it to you. It says sent to Joe.
you sent it to the wrong Joe, I ain't got it here.
Yep, that is what that says.
Interesting, huh? I have seen the picture, though. You did show me the
Okay,
picture.
yeah. Do we
So
think?
do we even have a solar committee anymore?
No. Nobody.
Do you like
spoke
yes
up
but
for-
no or no but yes?
Yeah, because nobody spoke up for reappointment, so apparently everybody's term expired.
Just do that away. Let's go back to.
Where?
I
Princeton
don't have it.
We're gonna go up, I'm just about to put it on the map.
Right at the Princeton Rutland town line. It's behind Eddie Buck's old house.
That's interesting.
Sure, that'll get me close enough. Ooh, that got me real close. It's this property down here, right, Skip?
Yep. Right, if you come in from that dotted line, Princeton line,
Yep,
7,500 feet, that's where the sign is.
right here.
Yep,
Okay.
it's in that whole field. They haven't done anything yet, but the sign's there.
Is it a field?
I used to mow it till I
Okay, so
wanted
it's-
$700 to mow it. I said,
So it's a real field.
yeah, it's a
Huh.
real field.
That's interesting. Who owns
They're
it?
not doing anything over in Princeton on the other side of the line, are they?
The Bucks own it, apparently.
Yep.
Oh, the estate of
The estate.
George
yeah.
Buck.
Yeah, if you went over there, you'd have a heart attack. There's so much. Never mind, I ain't.
I can see it.
You can see it
Lots of
right there.
stuff.
You can
Oh, yeah.
see.
That's true, I didn't turn on the satellite view.
That sign
Holy.
right down
Right
there.
about here, okay.
I love all these trucks.
Oh, I know where it is. Now that makes sense.
Did it look like they had actually delivered anything?
That's it. You go by there every so quite often.
Let me, wrong. Let me turn on wetlands. Oh, well, they wouldn't show over here if there were any in Princeton. So the closest is over here. So I don't see anything jurisdictional to Concom. Oh, I guess there's stuff way over here, but that's very far away.
Yeah. There's something on the lot to the southwest, but that also looks
Yep.
pretty far.
That's a beautiful pond that went up on the upper part of the
Up
screen.
here, yeah.
Bass in there like that.
Ah. So,
Just don't get caught fishing.
I do remember we talked about it. I do remember you guys were gonna go look. You took the photo, that's good,
Yep.
but I don't even know that if we think there are things we don't know. But if it were a large solar field, large ground-mounted solar field, they need a special permit from the planning board.
Yeah.
So maybe we should reach out to the planning board, town planner anyway, say, we've heard about this, but we don't know anything more. Here you go.
Yeah. There's nothing more for us
I-
to do.
Yeah, no, there's nothing else for Concom. I
Can you
think,
give me an approximate address, what's near on Princeton Road?
here, let me do,
It's,
oh, wait, I have to click the right thing, so it'll tell me.
is that 40 Princeton Road? 40, it's right across from 40 Princeton Road.
Yeah,
Does it have an address itself?
We'll get there. There it is.
It probably is.
I had it, then it went away.
I've got 116 Ridge Road.
No, this says it is 40 Princeton Road. 40 Princeton Road is this,
No,
Yes.
it
No,
does say
116 Ridge.
116 Ridge.
oh, it
Yeah.
moved. Poof. So it is 160, so it's Ridge. There you go.
All right, so it's actually 116 Ridge, and it's owned by the estate of George Buck?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll send you the picture, you can have it.
Peter, can you just, will you just pull up the property card real quick and just see if there's a different mailing address than the actual street address?
Come
If
on.
there's like a PO box or anything?
Ugh,
Owner
this is
address.
slow, so I have to wait.
Yeah,
Oh,
Skip.
Owner address is the same.
It is the same,
Yeah,
okay, thank
116
you.
Ridge Road.
Skip, will you send me that, will you?
Yes, I
text me
will.
Or email me that picture?
Or I can give you my phone and you can send it to yourself.
Let's do that. I don't want you to send it to the wrong Tamika.
Ow, that was a good one.
Did Joe hear that one?
Why, it's great. There's a sign in the barn that says the gathering shed. Water problems.
Wow, there's all kinds of notes in this one.
You can
Roof
make that
shingles
work. That's the
missing.
picture, you can send it.
Okay.
Built on ledge.
On this lot since FY '23, they talking about 1923?
Maybe.
Well, FY19 removed from chapter. I assume that's one of the 61s.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Okay.
you got it?
Yep, I sent it to myself, thank you.
Well, on this says it's been owned by the estate since 1948.
Wow.
Yeah, they never cleared it from when one died to the next, to the next. to the
Right,
next,
it's always
to
been
the
in the
next.
estate, yeah.
Because it was just family and they didn't want to spend the money.
Gotta pay those attorneys, right?
Mm-hmm.
Probably file something with the registry.
How many
Does
acres
that mean
altogether?
on this lot since FY '23?
13 and a third?
No idea.
Water problems and built on ledge. Thanks.
I don't know.
How many acres is that?
13.36.
Okay.
And a lot of
Okay,
it's in good position to be built. And look, they don't have book and page, at least I don't see it.
So the assessor's office came up with all those comments?
Yes. Yeah, what's interesting is there was a comment, so I don't know how many comments below
Hmm?
are from 2013.
Built on ledge, that's kind of a strange comment.
Water problems is a strange comment.
Hmm.
Fair enough. Yay.
All right,
Next.
so yeah, let's pass this off to planning, let them know,
Okay.
and, there. I'll ask again. Is there any more business before the commission? I would like, please, a motion to enter executive session.
I'll make the motion.
For reason number 1.
Yeah, you have to basically read that, Joe.
Okay, make a motion to enter executive session for reason number 1, to discuss the reputation, character, physical condition, or mental health of an individual, or to discuss the discipline or dismissal of, or complaints or charges brought against a public officer, employee, staff member, or individual.
Ike, Second from somebody, please.
Oh, I'll second it. Why not?
Roll call.
Delco, aye.
Langer, aye.
Clock eye.
Gentilucci, aye.
Crane, aye. We are now in executive session. Thank you.